Here on the California coastline, it seems being fit and trim is almost a prerequisite to living here. But I'll tell you what, we looked and found a doctor who's had quite a bit of success in helping men and women to keep the pounds off for good. Hi, my name's Joni Ravenna. As the host of a travel show for over 30 years, I've had to work to keep my weight off, but I've had a secret. My father, Dr. Joseph Ravenna. He helps people to get the weight off and keep it off. Give it a go.
Welcome to my kitchen. My name's Dr. Joe Ravenna. I'm a graduate of the University of Southern California over 50 years ago. I went into general practice, spent my mornings in the surgery room, my day in my office, treating patients, broken bones, minor surgeries, spent my evenings with my family, and occasionally delivered babies. I've always been interested in the problem of obesity. I call it a social illness. The days of mass hysteria are not over. The society holds this illness firmly. The society doesn't ask us to question ourselves to see if perhaps there's something in our behavior that needs to be changed. The average American eats 2.5 times a day. We hardly eat all day long, and when we finally get around to it, we overeat, we store, and we feel guilty. As a human being, I'm programmed to store after a period of deprivation. The guilt may lie elsewhere. The minute I say that you have to eat more often, we get frightened, don't we? I don't have time. Why should I bother? I'm not even hungry. Oh, it's different with me. It's in my metabolism. Don't bother me. Now we have a new one. It's in my genes. Something in our behavior needs to be changed. A simple behavioral modification program. But we should understand what we do and what the reason for it is, so it's not so frightening to change. In this society, the most common illness is low-grade depression. And we never say, I've got low-grade depression. We say, where's my energy gone? We also have a difficult time relaxing. Energy and relaxation. Is it possible that we can get these effects through manipulating the meals? By hardly eating all day long? Energy. So we can get off our duffs and go out and hunt. And when we overeat, relaxation. Substitution isn't a bad idea. If I could teach you another way to energize and another way to relax that takes very little time, maybe I can show you a way to change. Where does the strength to change come from? It comes from our spirit. So why not do a meditative and physical exercise before each meal to gain energy? Our spirit. Let's meditate on our spirit. Sexy, that's a spirit. And humble, that's a spirit too. Sexy just for me, not for approval, not for disapproval. Somebody's bound to laugh when I ask you to dance your way to the table. And if we're laughing with them, then we are truly humble, huh? 20 seconds. Feel your muscles. Know that they're there. Give them a second to take some rhythm to the table. Give them 20 seconds. When we get to the table and sit down with our food in front of us, why not meditate on the food? Grateful. Grateful, not just for the food, grateful for being here, the good with the bad. Hold that thought, because we're going to do a physical exercise at the same time. We're going to put our hands into slow motion. And we're going to take a deep breath, and that'll help us slow down the breathing. Do this with me. You can do it. 20 seconds. Grateful. And then let's enjoy our food. Let's talk about food for a little while. Now, especially that we've gained our spirit back, huh? Let's talk about what we should eat and what we shouldn't eat. If I lived in paradise, I'd expect the food to be growing everywhere I walked, so I could eat as I went along. We tell the diabetics to eat 6 times a day. A bodybuilder that wants to show those muscles before a contest, he'll have to eat 12 times a day while he's losing some weight. So he only loses fatty tissue and not muscle tissue. So even 6 times a day is a compromise. But our society is set up for 6 times a day. We're giving mid-morning and mid-afternoon breaks. If I take a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and cut it in half and have half at 10 in the morning and the other half at 3 in the afternoon, and I force myself to have a breakfast, maybe an egg and a slice of toast before I leave the house, I'm up to 5 meals a day. If I put aside an ice cream sandwich, maybe 230 calories, we're going to strive, if we want to lose weight, for 200 calories for each meal. But if I put that sandwich in the back, a bunch of sandwiches in the back of the freezer, and bring one out the night before for the next day, I've got 6 meals and I've had a reward. If I take a piece of fruit and cut it in sections so there's a sweet note after each meal, I'm rewarding myself all day long. Each meal should contain as much protein as possible. Beef, chicken, fish, egg whites. But we still want the dishes of our ancestors. The pasta and the peas, the pasta with the cheese, the tortilla and the beans, the taco with a little chicken, some salsa and lettuce. But let's prepare those things ahead of time also. There's a promise that says with the use of our imaginations, we don't have to discipline the behavior. So if you remember anything about this lecture, remember my middle name. Preparation, water bottle, 6 little meals, veggies without calories to fill up on, and our treats. I always think we should end a lecture on a good note, a note that encourages and gives us the strength to move on. I always think that in life, a dream never comes true unless we remember it. Prettier as I get older, I wouldn't mind. Keep your dream alive. God bless.